welcome to The Explainer. We live in an age of absolutely incredible technological advancements. I mean, we literally carry supercomputers right in our pockets, we're sending rovers to explore the surface of Mars, and we've even mapped out the entire human genome. It's amazing. Yet, despite all of this progress and centuries of scientific breakthroughs, our world still holds these profound, completely unsolvable mysteries that just defy modern science. Today, we're going to look at two deeply fascinating natural anomalies that continue to baffle researchers and leave all of us, honestly, in a state of pure curiosity. Okay, let's dive into this. It's really tempting to think we finally have it all figured out, right? But looking at this, we really have to pause and ask the big question. Can science actually answer everything? Today, we're opening up our mystery box to explore two natural wonders that stand as towering exceptions to our collective human knowledge. And listen, these aren't just myths or crazy internet rumors. They are physical realities sitting right out in the open that completely challenge everything we think we know about physics, history, and the natural world. Case File 1. The Mysterious Stone of Saudi Arabia. So, out in the vast, arid landscapes of Saudi Arabia sits the Al-Nisla rock formation, and this is an anomaly that completely challenges our fundamental understanding of human history. So, the crucial point is its split. This giant boulder isn't just cracked from natural weathering or slowly eroded by time over millennia. No, it is perfectly cut down the middle, exactly like a cake. When you look at the structure, the precision of the separation is so exact, so perfectly straight and smooth, that it looks incredibly deliberate. Just imagine taking a giant invisible knife and slicing right down through thousands of tons of solid rock with zero jagged edges. I mean, how does nature, or even early humanity, pull that off with such absolutely miracle-like precision? Well, this creates a massive paradox for us. On one side, we have the undisputed timeline. We know this happened thousands of years ago, right? An era long, long before the invention of power tools, modern machinery, or really any form of advanced technology. But on the other side, because the cut is just so incredibly precise, people have been forced to invent some pretty extreme theories to try and make sense of it. Some folks passionately claim that extraterrestrials must have come down and sliced it using high-tech lasers. And that really just highlights the immense gap between the physical reality of the stone sitting right there in the sand and our current logical explanations for it. But here is the really fascinating reality of the whole situation. Science hasn't been able to find its answer to this day. Despite our modern geology, our advanced satellite imaging, and all of our sophisticated analytical tools, we simply do not have a definitive scientific conclusion for how the Al-Nazlala stone was cut so perfectly, or by whom, or what for that matter. It just remains this beautiful, unresolved tension, sitting there as a monument to the vast unknown. But what happens when a mystery isn't just sitting absolutely still in the desert, but is actually moving around? Let's move to and see how this builds with Case File 2, the Sliding Stones of Death Valley. Shifting our narrative from a static rock in the Middle East to a highly dynamic, active mystery, we land right in California's Death Valley. Now, this is famously known as one of the hottest, driest, and just most inhospitable places on planet Earth. And yet, it plays host to a geological phenomena that has absolutely puzzled observers and scientists for decades. We're talking about heavy, massive stones, literally formidable boulders, that somehow move from one place to another, leaving these long, distinct tracks right in the dry, cracked earth behind them. And what makes this so incredibly strange is that there's no massive pressure, no steep incline, and absolutely no visible force being applied to them whatsoever. They just leave their starting place and slide forward on perfectly flat ground. Now, obviously, the scientific community eagerly wants to solve this, so some researchers blame fast winds, theorizing that perhaps a perfect storm of heavy wind and rare desert ice pushes them along. But right now, it remains a totally unproven theory trying to bridge a pretty significant gap in our understanding. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it highlights the most suspenseful detail of the entire case. To this day, no one has actually seen them sliding. Seriously, not a single researcher, not a park ranger, nobody has ever stood out there and witnessed these heavy rocks actively carving their paths in real time. It happens completely out of sight. It's almost as if some eerie, invisible force goes to work the very second we turn our backs. It adds such a thick layer of suspense to the whole case, really emphasizing the massive gap between seeing the physical evidence right there on the ground and actually understanding the unseen process at play. So at the end of the day, we're left staring at this ultimate, enduring question. How do these heavy stones move completely on their own? From a miraculously sliced rock sitting in the ancient sands of Saudi Arabia to the silently wandering boulders of Death Valley, this explainer shows us that despite all of our brilliant science and technology, nature still fiercely keeps its secrets. It really invites us to realize that the world is far more complex, wild, and mysterious than any textbook could ever capture. I want to leave you with this final thought. Keep looking closely at the world around you, keep engaging with the evidence you see, and most importantly, never stop questioning the unknown.